Hey everyone, it's Alexandra. I hope you're having a lovely day. So today's video is your divine flow and honoring your feminine cycles. So I love this topic. I think it's so fascinating. And I am currently on day 27 of my cycle, and the new moon is in 2 days, which I love when my cycle usually is lined up to the moon, and it's like either I just switched. It used to be the other way, like the full moon or the new moon. I had ovulation and then menstruation during the full moon, and the last 6 months it's changed. But usually I am aligned with the moon, and I just think that's so cool. And I also, when my kids were born, they were both born 3 days before their due date and a full moon. So the full moon, I don't know, I just love the moon. When my daughter's due date was my second child, when her due date was around the full moon, I was like, she's gonna come early. She came 3 days early. Thank you, full moon, for the help. So anyways, I just want to talk about like this phase before menstruation, because I find it so fascinating. It's a really interesting time for me, and I think for a lot of women, that during this time, like, it's just more, I'm more sensitive. I feel things deeply, and I'm also confronted with things that maybe I didn't want to think about in the other part of the month. And then things just kind of bubble up that I need to maybe look at a little bit deeper in the next cycle. And if I don't take time to reflect and just kind of feel into it and allow myself to feel more inward and reflective, I can get a little grumpy and irritable. Kind of just things just feel loud, and it just feels like a lot. So I try to be really gentle with myself before this time, and also just aware that I know this is not the super sparkly or radiant outward like ovulation time. It's the inward, it's getting ready to release. And it's like a cleansing period for me. And this is the month I've probably tracked the cycles of the moon and my cycle this month the most I've ever done in my life, like just tracking it every day and really looking at it and feeling into how I'm feeling. And this is also supposedly the time, Alyssa Vitti talks about this, where, and a lot of different people do, but where you want to get more organized, and it's just like wrapping things up as you get ready to start the next phase, which will be more, starting new projects and creating new intentions and stuff like that. So I do find that, like, right now I'm very like, like the things are too messy for me, like just cleaning and organizing, and I just find it really funny. So I'm just looking at made some notes for this. So yeah, I think this is just really, I think this is a time that if women don't honor this is when we can kind of be moody and things like that. But if we really like go in and listen to our intuition and have some times for silence and reflection, and it can be confronting because some of the stuff, it's not all sparkly and rainbows and sunshines that come up during this time. But I think it's so important to kind of be willing to hold the space for some of that, darker stuff, so that we can bring it to the light and transform it. And I think this is all part of the divine feminine that's rising right now, and women owning their power, and just so much goodness stuff that's going on right now. So I got a little one, a little goddess over there. I'm doing a video. Thanks for taking the trash out, guys. So yeah, divine feminine flow. There you go. Motherhood. So I would be curious what your thoughts are on this. How have you navigated this? Have you noticed this? What do you notice in this time before? Do you want to come over and say hi? Okay, come over. What would you? Hi. Hi. What have you noticed before this time? And okay, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, bye. Bye. I love you. Okay, so what do you notice for yourself? Is this something you've looked at? Have you explored? I'd love to hear what you've learned about your cycle and how that's helped for you. And yeah, if you have any tips for me, for other women, that would be awesome. And I just wanted to share some books. Like I read Moon Time by Lucy Pierce and The Red Moon by Miranda Gray and Alisa Vitti's Woman Code, like, I don't know, almost a decade ago, probably. Whenever they came out, I read them. And then right now I'm reading Do Less by Kate Northrup, and she talks a lot about this in regards to motherhood and business. And Alisa Vitti's In the Flow, which I love. I love all these books. And then A Lunar Abundance, which I haven't read that book. I've just kind of flipped through it. So those are some resources if this is new for you to check out. And then also I just want to say, because a lot of times there is this period of PMS and pain that some women actually go through before their period. And Alisa Vitti is super great for that. So she'll help you address the underlying stuff that's going on with that. And Sarah Gottfried is also another really great person that I like for hormones. So those are some resources. Yeah, and I just think, there's so many stories about our bodies and about our period and things like that I think it's really interesting to have these conversations. And like my kids know when I'm getting my son's right over there, know when I get my period. Like I tell them about it, I celebrate it. It's like a happy day for me when I get it. And I talk to my daughter and I let her know one day she's gonna have this and it's amazing. And just to really honor the process and for them to see that, because I think in culture it's kind of like, ew, gross, and you kind of hide it, and it's almost something to be shameful about. And I don't think that we ever should be shameful about our period. Like, amazing, we create human beings, or human beings are created inside of us. Like, that is incredible, amazing. We should be celebrating it. We should be very happy about all of it, because I think there's so much wisdom that we gain about who we are, and then our cyclical nature, which allows us to express different parts of ourselves throughout the days and the weeks and the months. It's just really beautiful when you start looking at that and you're like, oh wow, I can be all of me. And sometimes those phases just show up in different weeks and different days of that month, but they're all beautiful and they're all welcomed. And we don't have to be one way every single day, because we don't operate that way. Our bodies don't operate like that. So I'll be sharing more about that, but this is just my quick thoughts. Day 27 of my cycle, as I am more in an inward, reflective phase right now. And I just thought I would share those thoughts today. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'm sending you and your amazing, womanly, awesome bodies. And if a man is watching this, your awesome, strong, manly body. I appreciate you learning about women and our unique bodies. And yeah, just sending you all lots of love. So I will talk to you soon.